Hey, it's Eric G. Around the House is sponsored by Baldwin Hardware. For 75 years, Baldwin Hardware has been known for its first-class quality and craftsmanship in door and cabinetry hardware. As an alumnus of the Baldwin Hardware Design Council, I can say I have seen the details and quality from design to the finished product. If you're looking for a new style and old-world craftsmanship, I can tell you there is only one Baldwin Hardware. Check out what would look great in your home at baldwinhardware.com.
Get you on the radio, yeah, you gotta get on the radio. It doesn't take a long time.
Welcome back to Around the House with Eric G. This is the Midweek Podcast. Thanks everybody for listening. This is where we talk about some things in the middle of the week to, maybe it's not going to make the show on Saturday, but it's a topic that's hot. And something that, I just wanted to talk about without making it part of the weekend show. Well, thanks for everybody for tuning in. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about if you're in the trades out there, or you want to even get into the trades out there. I'm a certified kitchen designer, so as a designer, in the last about 28 years, I have watched the cycles that go through in our industry. And I mean cycles as in, you see it happen about every 2 to 5 years. There's a big spree of building and construction, and then we crash and burn, and then it happens all over again. Well, what I wanted to talk about today is that it is a great time out there with the shortages that you see to maybe put yourself in a better situation, or maybe even renegotiate your position with your employer out there. There are a ton of great people out there that are working for some great companies, and so many of those companies want to keep you on board, so it's a good time to communicate those things. I also know some great people out there that are working for some, maybe a little bit rougher companies. Maybe it's a good time for those people to get into a great situation. So I wanted to talk a little bit about that today, and some of the tools you can use as far as negotiations. Great example, I'm seeing electricians, electrical companies that are paying $10,000 signing bonuses, paying to move people across the country to get hired. These are things that are happening out there all the time right now. And it's also a good time to maybe take a look and see, up your game a little bit and maybe upgrade your job. If you're happy where you are and you've got a good relationship with your employer, that's priceless. Don't mess with that. If you're not getting paid enough for what you do compared to the rest of the marketplace, if you should have benefits and you don't, maybe it's a time that you can start having those conversations. So here's the thing. I wanted to give you some tools tools you can use that will help you in that search. I had some great eye-opening experiences over the last few months because I'd look at a website called Glassdoor. Now they advertise on the station because I just heard it today, but I've used them for months and months on reviewing employers. So if you're out looking for a job, if you want to see what your competitor is doing, maybe to open that door a little bit, take a look at Glassdoor. Now Glassdoor is where employees or former employees can actually get reviews of the employers. Now, you have to, just like anything online, you have to kind of take it with a grain of salt because sometimes there's just some really bitter, angry people on there that left the company and it didn't end well. That happens even to the best of companies. However, you can find some crazy stuff on there. There will be some character assassinations, some of them true, some of them not true. But I think the most important stuff is that you can get a glimpse of at least what things look like with a future employer. I'm not mentioning any names, but I saw one out there where the employer went through and installed cameras and microphones, or at least that's what was alleged, and they recorded the employees and then came back and confronted them. That's a pretty serious deal, and I'm not sure that would be an employer that personally I would want to work for. So those are things that, unless there was a theft or something like that, that's a little bit of a breach of trust with many people out there. So use these things carefully and wisely when you make those choices. So again, there's so many different things out there if you're out there looking for work or if you're currently employed, you've got a lot of choices. So I would say now is the time, if you're out in the trades or in the design field or whatever you're doing, to take a peek and maybe upgrade your situation. Because around the corner, there's going to be a situation where maybe people aren't getting hired, the economy's down, something like that. These cycles happen all the time and they're guaranteed. So make sure that when you deal with that, you kind of get it dialed back in, because I tell you what, if you can go out and find yourself a great job and put yourself in a better position than you are today, that's going to leave you happier, maybe more profitable in the future in your current working environment, and you'll be better off. So everybody's busy, but I just might suggest taking a look out there and doing something that way. Now, if you're in a job that you don't like and you want to maybe change careers, there's a ton of trades out there looking for work. If you want to join into an apprenticeship someplace, you can get into, the electricians, the cement masons. There are tons of people out there that are looking for good people that want to work, that can put you in a program for you to be successful. So take a look out there. But, you might want to take an audit of your own circumstances and take a look and see where you're at. Make sure you're happy. Make sure you've got good people you're working with. And if you are, high five. That is awesome. If you're not, might be a good chance to look before times change again. And who knows, we might have a few more years of this ride out there of a good economy in the construction, in whatever you're working with. But now's the time to maybe do a little self-check and check it out. All right, everybody, thanks for tuning in. This is the Midweek Podcast. I just wanted to touch on a few things today. Now, keep in mind, on Saturday, I'm going to give you a little tease ahead. We're going to be talking about our fall maintenance checklist. Maybe even have a guest call in. We'll see if that actually comes together. We're working on putting that together right now. Round the House with Eric G. each Saturday from noon to 2 on KXL and all over the Radio Northwest network. You can catch us there. You can also find us on the website, aroundthehouseonline.com, and make sure you like our Facebook page, Around the House with Eric G. All right, have a great week. See you on Saturday.
We have some exciting news about the Around the House podcast. Do you want to be an Around the House insider? Our premium membership gives you early access to the weekend podcast, exclusive access to our back catalog of shows, special email access to me, Eric G., with your own home improvement questions with a priority email address, plus exclusive new shows and extended content. Click down into the podcast show notes for the link to the Around the House Insider membership for less than the price of a beer at happy hour. Join me for this limited amount of exclusive members. And thanks for listening to Around the House.